Okay, let's do a quick recap about the yesterday's class. So we are discussing about yesterday we have started about the string functions. So before that we have discussed about the round function. So we know what is a round function by now, right? It consists of the expression and you have an option to pass the decimal places as the second argument, right? If the expression one is greater than or equal to zero point 0.5, then 1 will be added to the given expression. If not, 0 will be added. So by now we got to know how the actual rounding off is happening for a given floating point value, right? There can be two fractional part, there can be three fractional part, there can be four fractional part, but we have a control on that. Okay, we have a control. For example, if you're passing a two fractional part and without if you're passing two fractional part and the parameter to the argument to as 1, so it is going to get rounded off accordingly. Since you will be considering only 45.4 because it is going to accept only one fractional part. The next fractional part will be added based upon this condition. If it is greater than 0.5, 1 will be added. So the output is going to be 45.5. If not, 0 will be added. We have seen some examples yesterday. Trunk function we have understood. This is just opposite to the round function. Here there will be no concept of rounding off. So it is not going to consider the 0.5 expression here. Right. After this, we have started discussing about the character or string functions. So you have length function and you have length is very straightforward. It's going to count the number of characters in a given string. So lower and upper function. So converting a string to the lower case, or if you pass a string, that string gets converted to the upper case. So no much discussion is required on this. We have the left trim and we have the right trim. So it is going to eliminate the unwanted characters from the left side, and the unwanted characters are eliminated from the right side. So you will go with R trim. And we have discussed about trim. It removes unwanted characters from both sides of the string. Right. So this is a syntax for this. So you pass the trimming characters and you pass the string. So that is going to, and the trim set should have only one character. Right. So that's it. So these are the very straightforward example. By looking at the function itself, we will understand what kind of functionality it is going to do. So today we will start what the remaining string or character function we have to discuss. The next string function is what? The init cap function. Init cap function. When I say init cap function, is something like this. For example, for any given string, the string can be anything. For the string can be Suresh. Okay. The string can be, let us say that Ramesh. Right. So the moment you pass these strings into the init cap function, it will ensure that the first character of the Suresh remains yes, and the remaining characters are going to be like in lower cases. So the first character will always be what? First character will always gets converted to the uppercase letter, and the remaining characters would be what? The lowercase letter. Right. So I can say that the init function is going to make the first character in capitals from the given string. So the init function, init cap function ensures that first character the given string getting converted to the uppercase letter. If it is already in uppercase, so it would remain the same. If not, it gets converted to the uppercase letter, and the remaining character will be in the lowercase. Right? So what is the typical syntax for this? Syntax is going to be like this. Syntax. We will be using this kind of function very often, because the end user may give us a string in uppercase or in lowercase. So we want to ensure that we are organizing the data properly by using this init cap function. Right? Let us understand this with the small snippet. Let us connect to the DB. My DB, you have 7 a.m. My DB 7 a.m. Password. Connection has been established. So let us do select init cap. Let me pass something like Suresh. Okay, the Suresh, look at this, has got converted to what? To the Suresh itself, but the first character is in uppercase and the remaining characters are in the lower cases, right? Likewise, if you pass the combination of mixed cases, like right, the combination of mixed cases in a particular again the output is organized. The first letter is, no, it is ensuring that the first character of the string is in uppercase and the remaining characters are. So this is what the functionality of init cap is. Let us apply this from the real time, I mean, the table that we have. Let me say take set page size 100, set lines 150. Okay. Select star from EMP. So we have the employee table. So over here, if you see, we have employees. Everything is in what? Everything is in the right format. Right? Every data is in the right format. So you have John, you have Jane, you have Mike, you have Sarah. Like everything is arranged in the right format. So okay, we will take this job. Okay, I want to convert the first character of the job in the uppercase. It is already in the uppercase, but the remaining characters has to be in the lower case. How I can do that? Select job. Okay. Init cap. I'm using the init cap function for the job column. I'm using the init cap function for the which column? For the job column, right? I want to display it as what? Display it as something like new job. The name of the, I mean, I am using an alias name here from here, right? And if you see the output, and we have applied successfully the init function, but it is not making any sense to apply the init function for the job. But just for the understanding, I'm saying now, if you see the first characters are found to be in the upper cases, and the remaining characters will be in the lower cases. Sometimes you receive the employee name, the combination of mixed cases. So in those cases, you have to ensure that you are taking care of the data and you are placing that in the organized way. So by using the init cap function, right? So this is one of the examples. So now the next one is you have something like a function called the replace function. So when you understand init, okay, this function is very easy. The name itself says to replace a string with another string. To replace a string with another string, it is just like can this function is used to replace a given string. Or else I can say that replace a string with another string. Replace a string with or is used to replace a single character with, I'll tell you what is it. I'll tell you what is the difference between these two statements. Let's understand the syntax first. Syntax says use the replace function, and which is going to accept an argument which is going to consume a string, right? And you are allowed to pass the old character, as well as you are also allowed to pass what? You are also allowed to pass the new character. So by the syntax, you will understand the what exactly the inputs are, what exactly the function is going to accept as the input. Okay, string it will accept. You have an option to pass the old character, and you also have an option to pass the new character. Right now, what would happen? Let us say that let us use this function effectively. Clear string. Okay. Now I want to use the replace function. Select replace. Let us take hello. Okay. So now if you see, I am using ELL as the old string. I'm taking this ELL. I am just collecting these three characters ELL. Okay. I just want to replace those characters with XYZ. With what? XYZ. Okay, from dual. Right now you see what is happening. ELL. Okay, this set of characters has been replaced. Okay, you are choosing the characters that you want to replace, and you are also placing the characters to which characters the existing characters has to get replaced. So this is way it works. Now you see E has been replaced to X, L has been replaced with Y, and the next L is replaced with Z. So here you are being very specific. For example, if I say something like you just want to do, okay, you are taking only or passing only one character, and if you want this one character to get replaced by XYZ, this case, okay, it is not balanced. Okay, now the the combination is not balanced. The old characters, you are choosing only one character in the place of the second argument, right? Or the second parameter. We are using three characters in the place of third argument, which means this single character will be replaced by these three characters XYZ. For example, if you are choosing something like EL, okay, and you are just collecting. Okay, see, now this is also not balanced. Okay, the second parameter is as two characters, and the third parameter is as three characters. Now in this case, what is happening? It will try to trace the EL. Okay, EL is traced. This gets replaced by the X. So if it is completely balanced, no issues, right? E will be mapped to X, L will be mapped to Y, Z. I mean, the next L will be mapped to Z. Okay, this set is going to get replaced with this set of characters. Now look at the unbalanced scenario here. Okay, this is E, right? You just want to replace this V with the sequence of these characters, which is X, Y, Z. But that E, that E character place will be replaced by this sequence of characters. Now this is something unbalanced here. Okay? You are taking EL, that EL is getting replaced with X. What happens if you do not take any sequence? For example, let us say that you are saying EO, E and O, and you want to replace that with the character. Okay, now if you see, do you see any changes here? Because our actual requirement is not getting recognized. So you are doing a kind of something which is which to perform that functionality, the replace option will not perform that functionality. Why it is not performing that functionality? Because E is somewhere here and O is somewhere here. They are not in the sequential order. Okay, you have picked these two characters from two different places, and you are trying to replace that with x. So this will not get recognized, and that's why the output is unjudged. Are you able to follow, everyone? Yes, no? Yeah. So you just practice this. Okay, this is not a kind of, you will get this very easily once you do practicing. Okay, so these things are used to do what? To perform the data collecting operations. To do a lot of data analysis, you will use this. Most of the time, you will be using this character functions, character or string functions, right? The next one is something we have like translate function. We have the function called translate. Okay. So this function is going to behave a little bit weird. So I cannot say weird. It is just a kind of opposite to the replace function. Translate means, by the name says translate, it does not mean that it is going to translate the language. Okay, the translation means, in this context, the translation means the exact character will be mapped to the exact character. What do you really mean? Let us try to get into this. I can say that it is used to translate translate a character to another character. Syntax. The syntax says translate. So you have you collect a particular string in the parameter one, actual string in the parameter one. You collect the second string in the parameter two. You collect the third string in the parameter three. So by this, I can conclude that it is accepting how many arguments? 3 arguments, right? So let me take this in capital letters. Right? Okay. Now let us see the example. Okay, select translate. Translate. So hello. I'm taking hello as the first argument. The second argument is I am taking ELO, right? The third argument is I am taking something like ABC. Okay, from 12. Okay, now you see, you have the actual character, actual string to be used in the function. So you want to do some manipulations on the actual string, which is hello, right? The second character are passing what? ELO, right? So this is what it is doing internally. The character by character translation is happening here. When I say character by character, right? So when I say, the moment I say character by character, this E is getting mapped to A, and L is getting mapped to B, and you have O. O is getting mapped to C, right? So the output becomes, okay, when you say hello, okay, this mapping will occur. Okay, E will be replaced by A. Okay, L will be replaced by what? L will be replaced by B, and C will be not this one. E is getting replaced. Okay, E is getting replaced by A, and you see L. L means L is getting mapped to B. It will find all the occurrence of L. So there are two L occurrences. Okay, those two L occurrences are replaced by B here. So look at the mapping here. Okay, L is to be what? L has to get replaced by B, which means you have two L's here, right? Two L's in the sense this two L's has to get replaced by what? B. Okay, and E is replaced by A. So E is getting replaced by A, and O is getting replaced by C. So each and every character will map to another character according to the sequence that you are providing here. This is a sequence that you have provided, ELO. Okay, this ELO sequence, according to this sequence, okay, each and every character gets mapped from one character to another character. Right? So if you see another example, like for example, let us say that let me take only ELO, let me take only AB. So both are unbalanced, okay? The parameter 2 and the parameter 3. The argument 2 and the argument 3, they are unbalanced. Even though they are unbalanced, okay, you will get something in the output. What is it? E is getting replaced to A. Okay, all the E character has been replaced to A. And L character is replaced to B. L character is replaced to B. And you have the O character, you are not giving the replacement value here. Right? So it will not consider that. That gets eliminated since you have not given the replacement value here. O is not mapped to any other character. I mean, we have the O that is not mapped to any other character according to the sequence. According to the sequence, from left to right, E is mapped to A, L is mapped to B, but O, it is missing. Okay, you haven't specified anything, any character for the character O, right? So that will not be considered. So in this case, the O gets what? O gets eliminated out of this actual string. Right? Let us say something like this. Let me say HLO. Okay, now if you observe the output, you see, even though this is not sequence, okay, H is somewhere here, L is somewhere here, O is somewhere, but actual character mapping is happening. H is mapped to A, so all the occurrence of H gets replaced to A. L is mapped to B, all the occurrence of L gets replaced to what? Replaced to B. And if you see here, you are not specifying anything for the O, right? So that's why the O is getting eliminated. So this is the example that you can try. Translate. That's why I said translate a character to another character. Good. The next one is we have something like substring. Substring. Substrings are usually in the real-time application. So you take a substring and you tend to generate the automatic emails. What do I mean? You will collect a first name and the last name of the given person. You will give some suggestions by taking some sequence of characters in the form of substring, right? And you do what? You will suggest, you will recommend that to the end user that you can use that particular email. So they do what they do. They usually use these substring functions, especially for the recommendations or to identify something in the name pattern. And we will understand this in detail. So it returns the required substring from the given string. Please be informed that it returns required substring from a string. Okay, syntax. The syntax is substring. Okay, it will accept the actual string that you want to work with, comma, starting position character. Okay, starting position character, comma, and it will also accept what? It will also accept the length of the character. It is accepting, basically it is accepting how many arguments? 3 arguments. So you have an option to pass the actual string, starting position character, okay, the character that you want to work on, and you are also passing what? Length of the character. Let us understand this practically. So select substr, select substring from hello world, okay, and define the second argument as to the third 4 as the third argument as to from 12. Okay, the second argument says starting character position, and the third argument says what? Length of the character. Now if you see the output, now if you see fourth position, okay, fourth position is start counting, start placing the counters on each and every character. So the H is 1, E is 2, L is 3, and the next L character is what? 4, right? From here, okay, from here you take the character till 2 positions, L. Okay, let me put this in the paintbrush. Okay. So usually you have the hello world, right? So let me take this separately. You can give counts to this hello world. H E L L O W O L. Okay. So when you want to give the positions, okay, the positions will start from what? Will start from 1. The increasing order from left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 9, and you have 10. Right? So the second parameter is actually doing what? You are just specifying the position. Okay. So in this case, you are specifying the fourth position. From fourth position, consider the 2 characters. From the fourth position, consider the 2 characters. So fourth position is this L. From this L, consider the next 2 characters, which is what? Which is 1 and 2, starting from 1 and 2. We will get LO in the console. Okay. And if you do the same thing from the fourth position, consider 3 characters. Okay, what would be the answer? Now L, from the fourth position, it's L. Consider the 3 characters. 3 characters means 1, 2, 3. So you will consider what? LOW. Right. So this is how you are going to extract the substring by using what? Substring method. Right. Now let us do the same thing. 4, 3. We'll see what. Okay. W will not come. Why? Because your space is also considered as a character. I'm sorry. Space is also treated as a character. So you have a space between O and W, right? That space will also be treated as a character. Right? That's why W is not coming. Okay, let us see some. Let us say 4, 5. Let me say 4, 4. Now if you see, okay, L, O, and W. Space is also a character. Okay. Making sense? This is the functionality of substring. Another thing, okay, another way of you can do this. Okay, this is not the only way. There is another way. So you can also pass a negative number here. For example, let me pass a negative number like -3. Okay, -3, 2. Okay, so the length of the characters you are passing 2 here, and you are passing the position as -3. Okay, you are getting RL. Why you are getting RL? Now you see, you have an option to pass the positive number as the position or the negative number as the position. Okay, let us take this example. Right, we are passing -3 as a position. So -3 means the counting will start from the right to left. Or LD. Okay, you have an option to count this from right to left. So right to left. So when you use minus signature, when you use the negative signature, minus negative of 3, it means so the count is starting from -1, right? -2 and You have what? You have minus 3. The count is starting like this: minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and it goes on. It goes on. It goes on like 0, 0, dot, 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 dot. From right to left, if we start counting the positions, the counting will start from minus 1, minus 2, minus. You are saying minus 3 here. So minus 3, which will be the character that is on the minus third position from left to right. R is the character, right? And from here, starting from here, you are considering what? Only the, you are choosing the length as 2. Okay, so R will be considered, and the next one is what? Next one is O. O will be considered. Only the direction is changing this time. Only the direction is getting changed. Right? R and O will be considered.
But the output RL comes now.
Okay, RL is coming. Okay, okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Only the direction is getting changed, and the count. I mean, the length is starting from length is. My mistake. Okay, length is counted from left to right. Left to right. So there is also another function which does the opposite. I included that concept. Okay, length is being counted from left to right, but the catching the position is starting from right to left. So when you use negative sign, for negative sign, what is it? Right to left. Okay, for the positive sign, left to right. Positive sign, left to right. Now if you say my second argument and my third argument is something like minus 3 comma 2. Is there any option that I can do the counting from right? I can take the I can take the length from right to left. So if I do minus 2 here, will that make any difference? Let's see that. What I'm trying to say is I have taken the minus 3, but I want to take the length as minus 2 here. Take the minus 2. Do we get the exact answer what we are thinking now? It will not return anything. Why it is not returning anything? The length should always be what? Length should always be the positive one. Okay, by this I can conclude that you can have the position as either the negative one or the positive one. But if you are taking the length should always be the positive one. Okay. Please be informed that length should always be the positive number, not the negative. Okay. However, position can be either negative or positive. Right? So this is all about what? This is all about substring. Now next string you have, okay, this string you need to pay much attention for the string, which is you have what? In string you have. You have something like in string, in string, I in str. This is how it gets represented. This function is getting represented like in str. Okay, let me give you the explanation. This function actually does, it actually returns the occurrences position of a specified character from the given string expression. So you can have a string expression, guys. For example, hello world. If I ask you, if I say occurrences means nothing but for the character real. If I say character real, how many occurrences it has? You count these occurrences from left to right. From left to right, okay, this is the first occurrence, and this is the second occurrence, and this is the third occurrences. You can see three L characters here in this particular string. So you can find the occurrences, and also when you are finding the occurrences, you can find it from left to right. This is one way of finding from left to right direction. The another way of finding is what? From right to left direction, right? And if I want to get an option like I want to find the first occurrence, I want to find the second occurrence, or else I want to find the third occurrences. If you have such requirement, you can go for what? You can go for the in string function. Okay, let us understand the syntax first. Syntax says, okay, in string function is accepting the first string, okay, accepting what the second string is nothing but the starting position of the character, position, starting position of the character, and you have something like the occurrence position of the character. Okay, so to understand this, let me take a small example. A clear string. So for example, let us say that we will take the usual string like hello world, mstr, hello world. Okay, first string is hello world. Second string I am taking it as the single e. Okay, I want to take the character e. Okay, and the third one is what? Third one is I am taking something like, let us say that we are taking something like 1. Okay, and the fourth one is 1 comma 4. From 12. Okay, you're getting something like 0. Okay, we will use L here. Any mistake, allow world L 1 comma 4. Okay, instead of 4, let me take 2. So it is going out of the bound. Now if you see, look at, focus on this example, right? So you are choosing the occurrence of L. So this is the actual string. You are choosing the occurrence of L, right? How many times the occurrence of L is there? You have 1 time, you have second time, and you have 3 times. And this is defining what? This is defining the position. This is defining the position. The position will start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. Okay, this is the starting position and this is the ending position. From the first position is from, this is the first position. Okay, for the first position, find the second occurrence of the L. This is defining the second occurrence of the L. So this is the first occurrence, this is the second occurrence, and return that and give me that position. So what is happening here is, be a comma here. Okay, see, if first you do what, you count the position HC, hello world, H L L. There are no spaces. For the better understanding, I am just using this WO or L. Okay, so let me keep a big space. First, you start counting the positions. Okay, this is the position number 1. You have position number 2, position number 3, position number 4, position number 5, and the space is also position number 6, and position number 7, and you have position number 8, you have position number 9, you have position number 10, you have position number 11, right? And if you see that this is the actual string that you are dealing with, and you want to find what? You want to find the L occurrences. How many times L is occurred? Okay, this is the first time, the second time. Okay, you are choosing what? You are choosing L occurrences. This is the third, right? And this particular parameter, this particular argument is finding the position. Okay? So you will just place the cursor in this position. On the first position, okay, get the position of the occurrences of L. Okay, second, the second occurrence, position of the second occurrence of the L. So this is the first occurrence of the L. So this is the second occurrence of the L. So literally, okay, it has to return what? It has to return the index of this, which is what? Which is 4 here. Okay, from the allowed string, okay, you make the positions. You know what are the positions? Positions are starting from 1, right? And you are choosing the character L. So it will try to do what? It will try to highlight all the L occurrences. So these are the L occurrences in the given string, right? Starting from the position 1. Okay, starting from the position 1. So this is the position 1, isn't it? So this is the position 1. Starting from the position 1, you want to get the second L occurrences. So this is the first L occurrences and this is the second L occurrences. And you want to get its position. Position is what? 4. We want to get the, for example, instead of second L occurrences, if you want to get the third L occurrences, I will be just changing this 2 to 3. So you should get the position as 10, isn't it? The third L occurrence is what? This is first one, this is second one, and this is third one. You should get position as what? Position as 10. Right? Are we getting 10? Let's see. We're getting 10. You want to find the fourth L occurrences, right? Fourth L occurrences. You just change this to 4. Okay, and you don't see any occurrences for the fourth time. Right? Only there are 3 occurrences, so fourth occurrences is not there in the given string. So that's why you're getting 0. Are able to get this? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Right? So these are the 4 parameters allowed. Okay, you are specifying the occurrences, what character occurrences you want to find. So in our example, it is L, right? And after fixing this, you go what? You start taking the position. Okay, so your cursor will be right. Like, okay, let's start from the first position. If not, let's start from the fourth position. If I'm starting from the fourth position, from the fourth position, I want to find the occurrences of L. From the fourth position, I want to find the occurrences of L. Right? How many occurrences? 2 occurrences. 2 occurrences. Let's see. Let's see this example. Now let me change the positions here. Okay, L occurrences. I want to take the position as 4. From the first position, I want to find the first occurrence of L. You are getting what? You are getting 4 here. Why you are getting 4? Any idea? See? So this is the fourth position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is the fourth position. So you are finding what? You are finding the first occurrence. First occurrence is the 4 itself, isn't it? Right? So when you say 2, you are getting 10. Why you are getting 10? Okay, from the fourth position, you want to find the second occurrences. So first occurrence is L itself. This is second occurrence. Right? When you say 3, okay, you are from the fourth position, third occurrence. So there is no such thing. 0. Isn't it? Yes, no? Okay, I can say that. Let us include only these 2 examples. What conclusion I can give? See, please be informed that the position of the character is always be fixed either from left to right or from right to left of a given expression. Position of the character is always fixed either from left to right or right to left. Okay? string expression. So what do you really mean if I say the position of the character is always fixed, right? So you can also have an option to take the positions from right to left also, from the right to left direction. Okay, you can take the positions, but the positions will not change. What do you really mean? Let us say allow word G L L O W O or L D. From the left to right, the positions are starting from 1 to 10. From the right to left, it is going to start from what? -1 to -10. Okay, this is starting from -1 to -10. -1, -1, okay, -2, -2. Like that, it is going to end at -10. So what I am trying to do here is, so if I try to give the position here from -2, I want to find the third occurrences. I want to find the third occurrences. If you see here, it says what? It says 3. Why 3? Let me copy this. Are able to understand why 3? So you're starting from, you're taking the L character. So starting from -2, right? So what is the third occurrences? Okay, from here, okay, you are taking the third occurrence, all right? This is L, this is 1 itself, and this is 2, this is 2 second occurrence, and this is third occurrence. Okay, and if you talk about the positions, okay, the positions are always from what? The indexes are always from 0, 1, 2, 3. Even though if you change the direction, the indexes are going to be counted from left to right, even though you change the direction, right? You are getting the third occurrences from this direction. So this is the third occurrence, right? So get that index, which is what 3 itself. So to see another example like this for the negative positions, let me take 4 here. You get 0 because starting from -2, -2 means from backwards. Okay, this is -1, this is -2. Okay, and you are trying to find the fourth occurrence. From here, this is the first occurrence, this is the second occurrence, this is the third occurrence, and there is no fourth occurrence. So ideally you can start from right to left to right. You can define positive number here, or from left to right you can define the negative number here. But the position wise, to retrieve the particular position of the occurrences, okay, it has to be considered, the indexes has to be considered from the left to right direction. That's what I'm trying to say, not from right to left direction, right? So this indexes are going to remain the same. Indexes, counting the indexes will be like from left to right only. Okay, and the negative sign signifies that, okay, the direction can be changed from right to left. So however, the index is going to be fixed, I'm saying. If you want to retrieve the index number, that is going to be fixed even though the counting is starting from left to right. Right? So for any given string, I can say that, for example, let me take Suresh. Okay. You can go with two directions. Okay, first is left to right direction for the positive number, left to right direction, for the negative number, right to left direction. But if you see the indexes, the Suresh index positions are going to be always 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No matter if you're counting the occurrences from right to left or left to right, the index positions are going to be starting from left to right. This is the idea here for what? For the int string. Okay, it looks a little complicated, but when you just try to practice it, it is very easy. So we have the last, we have something like LPAD and RPAD. So by this we can conclude that we have completed the string functions. We have LPAD function, and also you have what? You have the RPAD function. Right? RPAD function. The LPAD function. What is this LPAD function? To fill a specific character to a string expression on the left side of the given string. can fill a specified characters to a string expression from left side or on left side. Okay, what is rpad? You can fill a specified character to a given string on the right side. Right side. So syntax says lpad, okay, for any given string you will pass the length as a second argument and you pass what specified characters in the third argument. Okay, so same thing applies for the rpad also. Rpad length, string length, specified characters. Okay, let me clear the screen. Lpad select lpad. So let me take something like let me take Sai here. Okay, and give the something like length as 10. Okay, and place x from 12. It should be in double quotes. Now if you see, you have taken the string as Sai and the length is 10, means just minus, okay, reduce what? Reduce the 3 characters from 10. 10 minus Sai is how many characters? 3 characters. 10 minus 3 was 7 characters. So on the left side, the 7 places will be filled with x. Another example, if I take instead of 10, if I take something like 5 here, right? So reduce 5 with the number of string characters. Number of string characters are 3. So 5 minus 3 is going to be what? 2. So on the left side, okay, the 2 void spaces will be filled with x. Okay, if I do the same thing for something like, if I take 3 here, okay, and the total character count is 3 and you are also specifying 3 here. So 3 minus 3 is going to be what? 0. So there will be nothing, no changes. You take 11 here, okay, and 11 minus 3, number of count for Sai characters is what? 3. 11 minus 3 is what? 8. Okay, the 8 spaces will be filled with x on the left side. Okay? If you are not taking anything, if you are not specifying any character as the third argument, right? So by default, the spaces will be filled. Spaces will be filled. If you're defining character, that is well and good. If you're not defining any what we call it as any character, by default the spaces will be filled. The same thing applies for the rpad also. rpad. rpad Sai 11. This time, okay, you do what? The spaces will be filled in the right side by default. If you want to specify any character, okay, by here. So y will be filled. Okay, 11 minus 3 is what? 11 minus 3 is 8. So the y will be filled on the right side of the given string for 8 times. Right? Depends upon the count that you are giving here. Let us take it as 15. 15 minus 3 is 12. So 12 times the y will be filled on the right side of the string. If you're not taking anything, it's what? It will be treated as what? It will be treated as spaces. By default, it will be treated as spaces. Right? For example, if you take a negative number, So nothing is coming. Minus 3, minus 3. So what you're actually doing, so let me take a negative number like minus 2 here. Nothing is coming. Okay, it is invalid for the negative numbers. Minus 1 here. Nothing is coming. So it is invalid for the negative numbers, only for the positive numbers it is valid. Specific characters. Sometimes you can increase the not only the single characters. Let me take it as 10. Instead of x, you can say xy. Okay. Now the sequence of xy will be generated. For how many spaces? For how many spaces? Just you will minus this 10 minus 3 characters, 7 characters. These 7 characters will be filled accordingly with xy spaces. Okay, xy followed by xy followed by xy. But you have only x here because there is no space for y here. Sequentially, it is going to get filled, and if there is no space, that will get eliminated. Like this, you can also take what xy z. The same thing will happen this time. Okay. XYZ is filled, XYZ is filled, and only X can be occupied. Why X can be occupied? Because 10 minus 3 is 7, right? For the remaining 7 spaces, XYZ has to get occupied in such a way that XYZ 3 spaces occupied, another XYZ, another 3 spaces occupied, and last you have X, only 1 space occupied. Totally 7 correct, right? So just do some practice on this. Right, so these things will be great. You can not only include characters, you can also define the special symbols like underscore symbol. Underscore symbol is something like this. Okay, you get this at the rate symbol, underscore symbol. So by this we can conclude that we have completed the